Speaking of Drax, real quick, can we all agree that he really put the funny in those movies? Guardians of the Galaxy.
Man, when he was sitting there eating those
the Gorgonuts, was it the Gorgonuts, whatever?
That's what Nog nuts or whatever. He was just sitting there. Watch, you can't see me.
Yeah,
and just reaching in the back.
Shout out Bautista, man. I heard he was Filipino too. So
that's dope. Bro got a whole ass tattoo.
See, that's where it's like. When did the humor start coming into Marvel?
Good question.
First Marvel, they started bringing the humor little by little.
Which one? Can we specify a movie?
Which one was like the one?
Which one was the first one made?
Iron Man.
Wasn't it Iron Man?
If you want to talk about,
you tell me the sarcasticness in that movie wasn't funny.
The Avengers was the first one when they had
we had Iron Man first,
and then when you got them all together, you got more because now everybody was basically feeding off each other, saying some shit. Thor was the funniest. Just saying.
Thor was the funniest. I can agree with that.
Same.
Thor, because Thor was more of, he's not an earthling. He was just, he acted like a king, a drunk one. Yes, he drank beer. Remember when he was drinking beer with, remember he was in that little cafe.
Yeah, he was drinking with Stanley.
He drank the beer and he smashed the cup. Another. I'm like, this dude is funny.
Which movie was it?
I forgot what movie that was.
That was Thor.
Because
was it Thor?
That was the first Thor. Because the first one seemed,
Thor.
The first one had funny parts, but it seemed more serious as they kept going on.
Oh yeah, but you got more of like they had the comedy there. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a lot, but once they hit the first Avengers movie, and everyone was just everyone was an asshole apparently.
Yeah,
that's when it was hella funny, and they were like, ooh. And they found that little extra seasoning, and then they put it in every movie after that.
Okay, because I was like, I started really thinking about it, trying to look at a couple movies back, and I'm like, okay, was it Avengers or was it Guardian of the Galaxy, where it just really took off?
Guardian of the Galaxy came after Avengers, didn't it?
But I would say Guardians. I would say Guardians.
No, Guardians was hella funny. That's where
that's why.
Because I'm saying that's why it was after they found the recipe in Avengers.
Yeah. Okay.
When they found that recipe, they were like, "Ooh!" And then they took it all the way on that one.
Okay. But even when the Guardians found Thor floating after Thanos blew up the ship, when they shook the spot and took the stone and killed, and then he was floating around, and then they put him on the ship, and they was feeling on him. He's like a god. He's so sculpted. And what's his name?
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord was like, he's all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he tried to kind of like overman him.
Put his arm down.
Yeah. But remember
that all the time.
Back to what we were talking about earlier, Thor was like him on Asgard. He had no care.
Everywhere.
Okay. He was so carefree.
Yeah.
Everything was, he didn't have much thought to whatever he was thinking. It's just the way it was.
It was like, I just got to go out here.
Yeah, I just got to go. Yeah. Back home I got to go into this planet where the dwarfs are. And I think it was nowhere?
Yeah.
Nowhere and go handle some business.
Okay.
And he was so cool about it. And I'm going to bring the rabbit with me. And Raccoon is like, a rabbit?
Oh, yeah. I was like, we're not watching Alice in Wonderland.
So the comedy in these serious emotional movies was definitely needed. Such a balance. Shout out Thanos.
Oh, they just dropped it when you would least expect it sometime. I was like,
and to me, there is no Drax without Mantis. Their relationship was so wholesome. He just really thought she was ugly.
But even the funny part when you brought up the situation where he was like, I can be stealth.
Yes.
I've been here for an hour.
Yeah,
she just came out of nowhere.
How long were you standing there?
Hi, Drax.
About an hour. I know. She just, hi, Drax.
Hey, I think they were getting it. I think both of them were like, yeah.
That's what I wanted to think.
I think it's one of those relationships where you just talk smack to each other the whole time, but later on you just get busy.
Awkwardly.
You know what I'm saying?
More than likely.
I think,
But they didn't know that they was probably in love. If anything, that was just whatever to them.
Well, or
they didn't know. It was like kid love.
That could be the way Drax showed his love.
Yeah.
Remember, he did shit opposite sometimes.
Yes. Drax was a destroyer.
Okay.
No, Drax was straightforward.
Yeah.
No matter,
I'm going to kill you. I don't care if you're stronger than me. I got you. Let's get it.
I don't care.
But
and here comes that one part when they're like, it's over your head. He goes, nothing flies over my head. It's so I would catch it.
Yeah. But how about this? When they were talking about where's Gamora?
Remember
Civil War? She did.
But remember, where's Gamora? And then he was like, when the Guardians came and attacked the Avengers.
Okay.
And he was looking for Gamora. Mm-hmm. And then Drax was on the floor. He just, I got a better one. Why is Gamora? Is that what he said? Why is Gamora?
Why is Gamora?